Anyway, D&D. We're back. Slightly new overlay. Hopefully it looks good. So we're just going to be back again, continuing with the campaign. So, Doom, over to you.
Good evening. I've now got to find the right thing to jump onto. There
And
we go.
Doom isn't ready.
I was not
Classic.
ready today.
How
It's
long
been
have
a
we
long
had?
day. It's been busy. I got notes everywhere. But that's besides the point. So, everyone roll a d12.
A D12. Okay.
D12.
Boink.
Let's go back to. Oh, just that. Okay.
Help if I was on my character sheet as well.
Yes. But I'm just rolling a generic d12 anyway. But
Oh, for God's sake.
Did you get it on?
Yes. Can I just get a fucking break?
You did get
Okay.
very intoxicated.
everyone is currently in bed. From last night, Symeon, you have a bit of a hangover. You drunk a decent bit, and it's taken its toll a tiny bit, not too much for you, because you're used to drinking. Flint, you're fine. You need to take a piss, but that's about it.
Oh God, hope I get the right office again. I mean, toilet.
Oh no.
Nargrax.
Oh no. With a nat one as well. No.
Uh-oh.
You're in a ball in the corner. You've never been drunk.
This is appropriate, actually.
You're just in pain. The world is spinning. It's upside down. It's made of glass. Every creak of the bed you hear, and it echoes through your head.
So, Nargrax won't be getting up early for breakfast today, like he normally would. So, I suppose really he's just going to. Can he
Going
even?
to roll Constitution.
I mean, is that what the D12 was for, Dim?
Yeah, that's what the D12 was, just to see how well you handled the night.
Is he going to throw up?
Yeah, actually, that's a fair question.
Say again?
Am I going to throw up? Because that will kind
You're
of.
already in a pool of your own vomit.
Great. Good stuff. Nargrax is just going to stay as still as humanly possible, isn't going to move, and it's just going to wait for the pain to stop.
Just going to quickly actually drag everyone over. Finian will be the first to wake, as he often is, given he only has 4 hours, and he looks at you and goes, are you okay?
I don't know, Finian. I don't feel so good.
He leans on the edge of the bed, and it creaks slowly.
How does that make me feel nauseous?
You hear the echo of each creak of the bed. Bounces
Finian,
around your head.
please stop that.
Are you sure?
Just don't move.
He stands up straight and the floor creaks.
Can I roll to see if I vomit in response to that?
Yes,
Just considering how tender I'm feeling right now. I feel like
This is a good start.
it really is. I mean, I'm hoping that I'm actually just going to get my bad con save, right?
Yes. You vomit. Minion just kind of looks and just he starts to step back slowly, trying to lightly.
This way Kenya is up.
I'm going to say that you're not awake, but Finian is going to poke both of your feet. And it's going to arouse you enough, both Symeon and Flint, enough to wake them up.
Is it morning? Oh,
Morning, everyone. I'm fine.
I think Nargrax is dying.
Well, little too much to drink last night. Oh, it's been a while since it's affected me this way. Oh. Nargrax, I say a bit loudly. How are you doing over there?
Symeon? Please. Just keep
Can't
your
handle his
voice.
ale.
I don't know what was in that drink. It was that alcohol?
Of course
Thing-
it was, you fool. Clap him on the back. We'll get you some coffee.
Don't touch me.
Symeon, I thought he only had one.
Oh, we did? Oh,
Just
everyone was
leave
so
me-
for the first time.
just
I remember
leave me
when I was
be. Please just
first
stop.
getting accustomed to the
Stop.
taste of alcohol.
Stop talking,
That was
Symeon,
a big one, but
and
still.
leave me alone, please.
Go on, let's leave the wimpy one to his vomit.
But I don't have any vomits.
Is there a chair for me to
Drive
sit?
Finian out of the room.
Is there a chair for me to sit down on that is not covered in vomit?
There are no chairs. There's a bed
Christ!
on the floor.
I just put my head against the bed frame. Just tried to move. Actually, no, it could be a bad idea because I could feel the vibrations from downstairs. So I just roll on a ball in my own vomit. I don't sob, but I just kind of go, never again.
We've all said that at some point.
But to be fair, he's never done it before, so it's not exactly a great first experience.
The next time won't be so bad.
Alright, Finian goes downstairs. He'll go and inform the actually Serna, that you are doing very badly, Nargrax, and she will rush up.
Doing some
Okay.
personal attention from Serna. Lucky guy.
Are you feeling okay?
I
God, it stinks.
I don't know what's come over me. My constitution is usually far more reliable than this, but that liquid yesterday, I feel awful.
I'll tell you what, just get up, just go downstairs. We'll get you some coffee. We'll get you some toast. We'll see what we can do.
Do I need to roll a con save to move, Doom, or
I'll let you just move to go.
okay, fair enough.
You've already thrown up easily, so-
Twice.
I'll help him up. Arm around the
So, okay, so I'm being guided down the stairs, probably gingerly at this
As-
point.
You start
Not
to
very
pass her.
gingerly.
She will tap you on the shoulder, and your clothes will become unsoiled. So at least you're not covered in vomit anymore.
Great.
Your clothes
Things are looking up.
I will. God damn it! I gather you all just make your way downstairs.
Yes.
Okay then.
Barkeep, coffee for this one. He's a little under the weather.
I can tell. I'll get it nice and dark. In a few minutes, he comes out with a nice big pot of coffee and sets it right in front of you, and then goes back behind the bar.
I pull Nargrax's mouth open and just pour some coffee in.
I welcome it, honestly. As long as the liquid is going in and not coming out of me, that's fine.
I won't make a roll for that.
What,
Wait for the thing, the poor phrasing, or
as long as it's going in and or going out and yeah, I know what I'm trying to say.
okay, well,
You know what I'm trying to say.
let's
Roll for
we'll-
stool consistency.
do I need to?
No, you don't.
Oh God.
Okay then. So, you gradually sip your coffee. Everyone gets breakfast and they eat, and eventually Serna comes back downstairs. That was absolutely disgusting.
I'm
She looks
terribly
over at
sorry for the trouble.
So a little question. When was the last time any of you bathed?
Oh,
Admittedly, we hadn't really given it much thought. We've been
on
rather
the
busy
road.
lately.
a little while before we got here. It's hard to say.
Ah. You realize we have showers.
You know, that actually sounds rather appealing right now. I might go and do that. My apologies, Serna. Where are those exactly?
They're the northwest. A
I-
building.
I just moved there immediately, just wanting to wash
They're
myself
not
off.
open yet. It's
I-
only specific times of the day.
I amble back. And I just sort of face plant the desk, and it's just thinking to himself, "And my
More coffee.
suffering."
Just- I'll open them up in half an hour. Just it takes a spell for it, so you know I don't do it all the time.
Through my hands, I just say, "Thank you."
The morning goes on a little bit longer. A few of the adventurers come down, and then Reginald comes down, and he greets you all.
Reginald! Clap him on the back. How are you feeling?
Hello.
The voice! Ha! You
Doing a
found
lot
my voice
better than I
again.
would, that's for sure. Still hurts a bit, but what are you going to do?
But you're not hurting as much as Nargrax today.
Oh, what's wrong with Nargrax? He slaps you on the back.
Not like
I'd
I
say-
to his drink.
Oh, right. What do you have, about 10 or something?
God,
God,
yes,
go right through you at that point.
I'd say he had one too many, but he only had the one.
What?
Flint is correct. I only had one. I'm not. I didn't realize it was alcohol. I've never drunk it before.
One, you're sure?
It's a potent mix.
Huh. Well, that's the first. Anyway, I wanted to. I don't like being in people's debt, so I would like to maybe I'd like to do something with you just to help repay the debt if you don't mind.
Debt? What are you talking
What debt?
about?
You helped me out of there, and if you hadn't done that, I'd have been fucked, basically. So
Saving your life? That is not a debt to be repaid.
it
Any
is to
good
me.
man would have done the same.
A lot of people aren't good men, though. But anyway, I would like to offer to maybe train you a little bit. Help you just be a bit more ready for when you're next in the Spire. Just a little thank you for getting me out of there.
Absolutely.
We did
Always
say we'd
welcome.
spar a bit.
Always
Symeon.
welcome to spar with a worthy opponent.
Excellent. Finian, was it? Will you be joining us? No, I'll be okay, thanks. I want to spend some time meditating today. Okay. What about you, Nargrax?
Still through my arms, I say rather muffled. I have to put my hands on my mouth. Well, perhaps Vinny and I could assist you with your meditations.
I'll be okay, thanks. I want to do this alone today.
Well, I would be happy to do it another day with you. Reginald,
Reginald will clamp you on the shoulder. Well, even if you're not going to take part, you're coming out and joining us, I think. You could do with the fresh air, clearly. And frankly, you
Absolutely.
stink.
I
So,
will be taking a shower, but I shall join you as soon as I'm finished.
I think maybe do it the other way around. You're going to work up well, at least these two are going to wake up a sweat, so you can do it all together later. So, onwards and outwards.
Do we get a training montage?
You're going to have a montage.
Doom, When should I roll to see if I can sober up a bit?
Ah,
Or is it? Or are you just going to say after a certain amount of time
There's going to be a
passes?
certain amount of time.
Fair enough. Dragging this out for as long as possible, I see.
Okie dokie.
fair
Should have
enough.
changed field into an outside view. I don't actually have any character put onto here yet, so I'm just going to throw down a little something because you won't be able to hear too long.
Is this the same training yard as when we first joined the guild?
Yes, it is. I actually made a proper one of it.
yay.
We're not in a box anymore. It's wonderful.
I miss
We're all in a
fucking
box.
pink boxes.
Yeah, I
We're all in
suppose.
an invisible box of.
I mean, I'm in an actual box with 4 walls. That's how we
Hmm.
all at the moment.
No, I've only got 3 on my house. It's quite
And-
cold.
Ah, you've got 3 walls on the ceiling, I see.
Right, I cannot find Reginald's sprite. Ah, is that the one? No, it's not it. God damn it. Right, well, this is now Reginald. God,
Oh,
that's a
get
weird
off me.
sprite.
He did suffer quite an extensive injury.
I am not in control of my own character.
Nope, you are not yet.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, there's only one person that's really going to need to control a character here. And I'm going to put you by the well, by the way, Nargrax.
Oh, great. Thanks for putting me near something I can vomit into.
Don't
God,
throw up in that.
I mean, I'm not saying that I will. I'm just thinking out of character they may need to use if figures continue. Anyway, sorry, Doom, continue.
I'll toss a
Okey-dokey.
bucket Nargrax as well. Sorry, go ahead.
Do your dex, see if you catch it.
Wait, what am I doing?
Roll your
I'm right
dex.
near him. Come on.
Nope, nope. He's got to see if he can catch it.
I swear this is at my expense. I'm sorry.
You didn't pass it on. You threw it at him. So, go on.
Okay.
Hey,
You don't just catch it. You
I-
throw it back up in the air. You
I
spin around
al-
and catch it.
No,
again.
I ultra instinct it. I move it between all my fingers and I throw it back to him. And I just said, Symeon, I'm a little bit under the weather, but I assure you my faculties are in check.
Ah, he's a weird one, isn't he?
He certainly is. But I've a
Well done,
certain fondness for the lad.
Alright, now where's my note? Gotta find the right note. Okie dokie.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Flint,
Yeah.
do you have any interest in any particular kind of melee instruments that I might be able to
Uh,
help you out?
I twirl around my quarterstaff.
Okay, excellent. At least that's something I know quite a bit about then.
You do not prefer a blade, man?
Hey, don't underestimate a quarterstaff. You'll be surprised how deadly these things can be. So, Flint, I'm going to teach you how to use that thing a little bit better. And Symeon, I noticed you carrying a shield. How good are you
Yes.
with that thing?
Very shiny shield.
I like to think I am worthy of protecting anyone.
Hmm. Do you know that shields can also be an offense item as well?
Certainly do.
Can you actually use them in that way, though?
It's not something I practice often.
Well, I'll help you with that as well.
Outstanding.
So we'll say about an hour passes. During this time, Reginald is training both of you to use the shield and quarterstaff a bit better. You're fighting one another, fighting him, doing basic maneuvers. Over the course of this time, Nargrax, roll a perception check.
Okay.
Making you do all the rolls today.
Yes.
I am the protagonist, apparently.
You're all the protagonist.
I'm Shinji, unfortunately. These roles.
You can hear a whisper from somewhere.
I look around to see if I mean, I don't know if that was probably included with a check a look around to see if there's any obvious source of the whisper. Or look
It's
down the
coming
well.
from somewhere behind the guild hall.
So what direction would that be? Are we
That'd be
talking like
the
over
northwest.
here? Or more over this way?
Over that way.
I just kind of turn my head just to see if there's anything. I assume I see nothing.
No, you do not see anything, but you can still hear a faint whisper.
I concentrate to see if I can make out what the whisper is saying. I don't know if that will help.
It's not a specific thing that is being said. It sounds more like a random jumble of words.
Does it sound familiar to me?
Yes and no.
Okay. I suppose, because I mean, I assume I can hear the guys talking in the distance
Yes.
as a training, so I know it's not them.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose Nargrax will get up and he'll move closer to what he believes is the source of the sound.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're too busy practicing to notice.
To
Yeah,
be
you guys are practicing.
well, I mean, to
You
be
guys-
honest, to you guys, Nargrax wants to move around anyway to kind of just orientate himself a bit better. So if I kind of like move around these guys to, let's say, about here, I'll kind of like lean my hand on the wall just to kind of steady myself. Is the whisper any clearer?
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Yes, it is.
What is?
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
The whisper has steadily grown louder as you moved over. It's coming from somewhere in this direction.
In which direction? Over here?
More over here.
Okay, Nargrax will continue moving in that direction. Again, just kind of stay near a corner, just
You'll need to
perception.
be 5.
Okay. Use a
As
double
you get
digit roll.
there, you suddenly hear, will he see me? No, he won't see me. They never see me. Why don't they see me?
How close does this sound to me?
It sounds very close.
Which direction? Like here?
You're not sure.
So, really close, but kind of all around me, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Um,
In front of you, there are a series of empty crates here. The wall is only waist height, and same with the fence here. And here on your right, there is a little shrine.
Nargrax wants to, because this voice sounds rather familiar to him and he has an idea of what it is, he wants to inspect the shrine first.
As you look at the shrine, you hear the whispers get a little bit more solid.
As I move towards the shrine specifically.
You can't see me, but you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Nargrax doesn't kind of respond with a yes or no, he just kind of goes... He kind of peers closer to... Because I think at this point he still believes that it could be, I don't know, something very small. He kind of inspects the shrine very closely. Is it any
As you
more
look at the
obvious?
shrine, it is made up of a woman holding a basket with bread in it.
Okay.
The woman is smiling. It looks like an old statue that's been there for quite some time.
Nargrax... Oh, sorry, go on.
Can you hear me?
Nargrax...
Can you actually hear me?
Nargrax touches the statue. Is there a response?
You have a sudden flash through your head, an image of a woman in a long silken robe.
Mm-hmm.
It only lasts for an instant.
Do I recognize the woman?
It's no one you know.
No one I know. Okay. Can I roll a religion check to see if it's like a depiction of any god I might be familiar with?
I'll let you go ahead.
Just because that's what he's thinking this might be.
All right then.
Okay.
It looks familiar to you. It looks like it could potentially be a god of joy. One that you read about from centuries past.
So, I suppose. So, with that, are you a god of joy, perchance?
Someone can actually hear me. God, it's been eons. Yes. My name is Lilira. How can you hear me?
I don't know. I could hear faint whispering from the other side of the courtyard and came over here. I thought we may have had an interloper at the gates, but it seemed to be coming from yourself, so
You have no
here I
idea
am.
how long it's been since I've spoken to a mortal. I've been trapped here for so long.
Do you talk often?
I've had to keep myself company for nearly 4 centuries.
It's odd that no one's heard you before now, or I've not heard you before now, but then I suppose I've only been out here the once.
I've tried everywhere. I can commune across the world. Every statue that was ever erected by me, I've tried to talk through them so long. You don't know how lonely it's been.
You're God with no followers. How can you exist?
I had many followers. It's just when I was lost, they moved on. I still exist. Her
Would
voice
that
starts to become a bit fainter.
wait? Speak up a little bit. You're not talking quite as clearly.
No. Something must be wrong with the statue. We can place your hand on the statue.
Nargrax will do as he's been requested. He'll place a hand on the statue.
You see her briefly for a second again, but when the image leaves your mind this time, you feel something that courses up your arm. Just an energy pulse goes straight up your arm, then you
Okay.
feel it in your heart, and then suddenly you feel normal again.
Okay.
Find of people, and it goes silence.
So, I won't say that Nargrax is really freaked out by this because he's probably had similar experiences to this before, but I'm just trying to think what you'd probably do next. He'll probably go and rejoin the others for now. Like sorry, go on. He kind of starts to move away.
You feel a little bit different after you've touched the statue. You can feel something more. Like you might be able to perceive something better.
Okay.
You've gained the feats of. Let's get the name up now. Fey Touched.
Fey Touch. Need to make a note. I don't know how I actually add feats.
If you just go into feats and traits, if you scroll down to the bottom, there should be manage feats. You should just be able to straight up add one onto your character.
Yeah, let me just do that. Okay, what was it called again? Just Fey Touched? There's a
Yes.
few different variants.
Oh,
Charisma, Intelligence, Wisdom. Is it just the one?
Use whichever one would be better for your character.
Wisdom is my main stat, so
Use Wisdom then.
say that. Okay, let's take a.
And your first level spell will be Identify. I'm specifically making it be that.
Does he also learn Misty Step?
Yes, he does. That's another feature of it.
Let me
Nice.
look. I don't have Identify as a option to add. Is it
In that case-
specifically under the feat that I need to do this?
No, it'll be under your spells, I think, that you should be able to add it.
I
or
don't
does it
have.
come down with a drop-down box after you add it up in the feeds?
Yeah, let me just get that up again. Sorry about this. Oh wait, no, I do have Misty Step.
You have Misty Step now, outright.
Yeah.
But when it comes to adding the spell, does it have a drop-down
Oh, choose a
menu?
spell. Yeah, my apologies. So it has to be Identify.
Yes.
Yeah, got it. Okay,
Okay.
awesome. Great.
Okay. So do you go back to the rest?
Yeah, after this experience, has this kind of like sobered me up a little bit?
Yes, it has completely.
Okay, so Nargrax kind of also notes that his stride is a lot more even, so he isn't leaning on objects anymore. He just goes back to roughly where he was before, but he's now leaning against the wall, just watching the party, just patiently waiting to the point where he can interact with Reginald to see if he can, join in with the training, because now he has no reason not to.
Thanks, Dale. I didn't know how to get rid of that.
Right.
Whisper.
Are you just getting rid of your doodles over there?
I'd say that by the time you come back over, both Flint and Symeon are on the grass, both quite well worked over, both panting, whilst Reginald is stood above them.
Ah,
You've done already?
oh, let me have a breather. Been a while since I've faced an opponent so exhilarating.
Me or Reginald?
Both.
Well, both of you, of course. You're quite the fighter, Flint. Would not
If it's
expect it, given your fragile frame. You did not seem like quite the melee artist.
No, I
Can't
wasn't
say
always. There was.
really approve of your shield, by the way. It looks like that's probably going to smash when someone gets a good hit on it.
It's more sentimental than functional, I admit. I've had this for many years.
Well, both of you up. Come on.
Okay.
So you both get up. He looks over to Nargrax. So you're going to get in on this?
Yes, I'm feeling a lot more like myself now.
Excellent.
Nargrax approaches.
For the next 2 hours, he will thoroughly beat the crap out of all three of you, essentially.
Okay.
Training you. Give you little pointers here and there. I just need to check the names of a couple of things.
What?
Symeon.
This guy got ganked by a goblin. Now he's kicking all our asses. What?
Symeon, you gain the feats of... should I got that one in notes on
Oh,
there?
no toys.
Yes. Shield Master.
Ooh.
Flint gets a broken nose.
Ow. That's not nice.
Should have left a bookmark in this one. Why did I not?
What does that do? Ooh.
Ah, there we go. Make sure I get the right one. Okay, Flint, you gain the feat of Crusher.
Huh. How do we add these again?
Go into features and traits, I think it was.
Yep.
And scroll to the bottom, it says manage feats. Brings up a box and find the feat and click add. And give it a quick read over.
What did I get?
Crusher.
No, fancy.
Thanks, DM.
Yeah,
Giving out the ties.
what y'all could do with a wee little nice few toys to play with.
Yeah.
It was largely because Flint wanted to focus on fighter, but he's going to need a little bit yet, so I thought I'd give him a little something.
You are kind.
And this is a good way to get him into it. Playing perspective.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to say all three of you roll a d6.
That's a 1, baby.
You can do it now, Grex. I believe in you.
Oh, I rolled it, but I'm guessing there must either be a delay or it's not. Okay, there you go. For fuck's sake.
In this case, it's actually good. That's how
Wait.
much damage you've each taken during training.
Oh,
So who took what there?
Symeon and Nargrax took 1, and Flint took 3.
Symeon and Nargrax took.
only my second point of damage in the whole campaign. Yeah, again, it's come out of combat.
Technically, kind of in combat. Technically.
Against enemy.
Isn't that what combat is?
This is a
Against the enemy.
sparring session.
Reginald will help Flint up.
Thanks.
You know, you should train me a bit more. I might be able to help you out. You might not come out to this quite so badly next time.
I'd like that.
Fine then. Next few days, first thing in the morning, 2 hours with me. I'm going to expect your first
I'll
light.
join you in this.
Yeah.
It's important to keep sharp.
I'll join you also, Reginald. It would be good to train with someone with more combat experience than myself.
Just make sure you don't drink before you do next time.
Oh, Reginald, if I can help it. I'm never going near this stuff again.
There's a bar downstairs from where... Okay.
You'll get the hang of the taste soon enough, lad.
Now Grex looks dubiously at you. That's the word. he isn't convinced.
With that, Reginald goes back inside. First round's on me.
Outstanding. Clap him on the back. Walk in.
First, we need to wash off the scent of battle.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
By the way, Doom, as Nargrax passes the statue on the way back in, he looks at it. Does he notice anything about it? Does he hear anything?
If you go back over and look at it, the statue just looks like a statue. It's still the same as it was before. Woman holding a basket with bread, smiling.
Yeah, so nothing different about the statue after I interacted with it.
No.
Okay.
That's if you're just looking at it.
I mean, he would probably just inspect it again as he did before, touch the statue just to see if he feels anything else, sees anything.
You just feel like you're touching a stone statue.
Okay, so I think what Nargrax will do now, he'll probably go in and he'll probably use a shower if it's available.
Alright, you guys will go in.
Yeah.
Serna will be at the desk. Oh, yes. Hi there. Just give me 5 minutes and I'll go and sort out the spell. You'll want to make your way to the shower. There isn't actually really much of anything for the room. It's actually a spare room. I didn't actually have a use for. I decided to make it a shower room. Just that one over there. So you go into the room. On the right-hand side, there's a series of sort of wooden lockers and benches. Several different members are coming in and out, male and female, taking off the clothing, armor, storing it away. Serna comes in. She looks around. Everyone ready?
Oh,
Better than
yes.
you are.
Yes, I believe so.
She looks up around at you three. You realize you're not meant to shower in your armor.
Are we not?
Yes.
I assume
Are there no
that we
changing rooms?
took it
Never
off.
said. Never said.
Take off my armor.
I mean, to be fair,
so-
Nargrax will
God
assume that he
damn
can
it.
get clean without taking off his armor, so
I just
that's
asked, do they know changing rooms beforehand?
She looks over at the thingies, the lockers. You can put your stuff into there.
Nargrax will
What's wrong?
oblige the request. Nothing at all. I just didn't think I'd have to remove my clothing in front
Ah.
of people.
Oh, you're shy, I see. Okay,
No,
then.
I just
Behind
don't
my
think
back.
it's
Already
terribly
naked.
efficient.
Alright, so other adventures are coming in, stripping off as well, putting the stuff away. Serna circles a finger in the air, and a rune appears on the ceiling. And suddenly, the room seems a decent bit hotter. Okay, if you want to go over to the showers, they should start working in about 2 minutes. With that, she leaves.
Any way I could have tried to memorize the rune she did, so we didn't have to go through this in future?
Roll intelligence.
Damn it, I had to do the little linger on 18 before it rolled over.
That's a nice rune. You saw him make a circle at one point.
The craftsmanship is impressive.
I'll get it someday.
Right, so a few minutes pass. There's quite a few people in the room. I'd say 24 people. Quite cramped.
Wow.
The water starts to come through little faucets, and the room starts to get quite steamy. Read into that how you want.
Stop splashing.
Nargrax
I'm just
is just sort of like oblivious to his surroundings, just trying to wash himself by just rubbing the water onto his body.
What you guys
watching like
shout.
nobody's watching.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
well,
much,
I will-
yeah.
See, Symeon, roll a perception check. 14.
boss.
You see a familiar pair of horns enter the room.
Oh no. Oh, I'm done. My shower is done. That was quick.
Do you go to leave?
I am hiding behind Nargrax.
Symeon, what are you doing? It's not that I don't appreciate
Nothing.
the intimacy as comrades, but
I'm just washing.
I'll say a Flint.
Yes.
You see Lorena walk in, and she walks up beside you. Oh, hi there. Long time no see.
I was hoping you'd be more clothed next time we saw each other.
I am clothed.
I'm just screwing myself here.
She's standing underneath the shower. Still seems like she's wearing something, but she's letting the water pour onto her. What do you mean? I'm just as clothed as you last saw me.
I'm not looking to check. I'm too busy cleaning myself.
Those are lovely.
Oh, Symeon.
No,
She leans
that was out of character.
Hi there.
Quietness, Ventura. No.
it's sort of
Oh,
like, ah,
Lorena, it's good to see you.
All out of character chart is in text form.
All right.
I,
Not bad.
upon seeing Lorena, I've obviously recognized her as well. Just thought, yes, you're the tiefling from the brothel, are you not?
Well, someone's a detective, aren't they?
No,
I like to
I
come
just
here every now and then. I'm quite a regular here, to be honest. A lot of people like my company.
I see. I was under the impression that this show was for guild members only.
Yeah, I'm kind of, sort of an honorary member. Sort of, kind of. They pay me enough anyway.
He's just kind of scratching his chin, rather. So he isn't really saying it's an accusation. It's just kind of more. Nargrax is confused. It's being
Also, we don't have any showers at the brothel, so I made an arrangement.
Very good. Well, I hope you have a pleasant shower. Nargrax goes back to showering, as if nothing happened.
Symeon, I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
Yes. What is it?
Why are you hiding behind Big Blue?
Hiding? I don't know what you mean.
Symeon, I do have
watching.
to say you're not going to. The surface area of the
I'm
water
on your
isn't going to be as vast, so you probably want to stand over there to get sort of like the optimum amount of water on your skin.
Nonsense.
Nargrax just kind of like step away a little bit because he thinks that he's helping.
Oh, hello there.
Show
Also,
you.
hello.
Show him your magic trick, Lorena. Sorry, just washing my hair.
I've always been fascinated by magic. Do tell.
Ah, well, it's quite simple. You see this finger?
Nargrax kind of gives a quizzical stare. Yeah.
She twirls the finger.
Uh-huh.
Water suddenly starts to get colder.
That's rather impressive, actually.
I know a little bit of magic here and there. She twirls it again, and flowers suddenly start to sprout out the end of it. Just not always how I meant to. Okay.
Certainly not the trick you showed me.
Whatever do you mean? Magic trick. Several other people who are in the shower chuckle a little bit at that.
But it was nothing like that, guys. Come on.
You've seen her perform magic before, Flint?
Kind of.
It's rather interesting. I've got to say I'm enjoying the show. It's a really different experience for me.
I don't have any reply to that.
Like, Nargrax doesn't really care that Lorena says he's just kind of just enjoying the shower and not being hungover. He's a simple man to please sometimes.
Damn, she's still really a shoulder cast.
Yeah, isn't she?
What, Lorena?
Yeah, sure. Okay then. So Symeon, what was that little group that you were a part of? If you don't mind me asking.
Group? What do you mean?
I heard from Serna that you were part of a group before you came here.
I may have been. What have you heard?
There's someone that's been boasting recently at the brothel. Do you remember what the group was called?
Just playing with your pussy at the moment.
Sorry.
The guy's options.
I was part of a company of mercenary soldiers. Yes. How do you? What have you heard?
There's someone called Symeon. He's boasting quite a bit about. He sounds like he's you, trying to be you.
True Symeons, God help
Symeon.
us.
Where have you heard this?
I mean, he's probably going to still be at the bar right now doing it. He's been doing it for the past 2 days, to be honest.
What does this man look like?
He's human. He's okay muscled. Got a couple of scars. He carries around a banner. He also has one same sort of banner tied around his arm. He's got a couple of people with him who always back him up. He tells all kinds of little stories.
The banner? What does it look like? What is the sigil?
She describes the sigil, and I'll say that it's the same as the sigil you had, just because I can't remember how it's described off the top of my head.
For context, it is like a fist, but coming out of the wrist is a hammer on the other side.
Out of time.
It's been a few years since this mention. Thank you, Lorena. I will be over as
Do
soon as
any
I
of
can.
us hear this conversation?
Oh, yes, you're all still stood around.
Would any of us know what this symbol is?
Not unless Symeon has mentioned it. Which I assume not.
We haven't really talked about ourselves very much. I don't remember an occasion where you've mentioned it.
No.
By the way, Symeon, she looks down. Nice.
Oh, thank you.
She snaps her fingers. And suddenly you see everything.
That's the trick I was on about.
Oh,
Those are lovely.
that's quite a skill you have there.
Nargrax just
I
said,
know, right?
I wish I knew that trick. It would have made disrobing a lot less cumbersome.
Huh. Maybe I'll teach it to you sometime.
Hmm.
I find my fees are quite reasonable.
Sounds like just what you need now, Cracks.
Nargrax has flashbacks to his near empty wallet and just thinks, I may have to take you up upon that offer another day, but I shall definitely bear it in mind. Seems rather useful.
Your loss. So, you want to have a good time? You hear several people shout out in the shower and she walks over towards them.
Look, this is not something I wish to watch and then go dry myself, get dressed, whatnot.
Okie dokie.
Nargrax
Everybody
feels sufficiently clean now, so he'll leave too.
I'm gonna be gonna put my clothing and my armor back on.
Oh yeah, and obviously
Yeah.
put my clothes back on. Not just walk out into the middle
really
of the
hope
guild hall.
But not that it would really would matter, but still.
I mean, honestly, that would still be in character for Nargrax.
Okie dokie. So you guys get out, you make your way back to the tables over here. Serna will come over to Symeon in particular. Oh, Symeon, I just read through your reports. I'd like to just thank you for mentioning the bit with the centipedes. I've sent another group in to clear them out already. They can be
Oh.
troublesome.
Not at all. Yes, we decided not to tangle with such a large group.
That's a very wise choice. Really, there's a sort of thing you need to take a range with. If you try to hit them head on, if you're not good at defending yourself, you're going to get very hurt very quickly. You made the right choice with that one. She pats you on the shoulder and then wanders off.
Sort of when I see someone mention that, I put my hand on Symeon's shoulder. It's got really good work, Symeon. You could have saved quite a few lives by mentioning that detail.
Oh, yes, yes. It's not all about fighting battles. We must know when not to fight.
By the way, I will have a word with you about the reports later. Towards the end of the day. I got something that we might be able to arrange.
Is someone
With
to
that-
write the reports for us?
Who knows? With that, she is gone. So you're all sat around the table. People are making their way in and out of the back rooms, going to the shower, using it, going back. Some complain that's a bit too cold now. And eventually you see Lorena leave and go upstairs with a couple of the male and one female adventurers.
Well, whatever she's into, I suppose.
Nargrax just think, I'm pretty sure that she doesn't have a bed here.
We'll tell you when you're older now, Grax.
Sort of. Oh, sorry, go on.
What do you want to do with the day?
Nargrax will actually at this point. Is Serna still at the front desk?
Yes, she is.
Nargrax would like to go. Well, obviously excuse himself for just a moment. Actually, where is Nargrax's token at the moment? Oh, he's over here still. Thank you. So he's going to go over to Serna and he's going to inquire about the statue out back. He's just going to say something along the lines of, I noticed when I went out to the courtyard earlier, the statue at the back, I don't believe I've seen one quite like it before. Where did you acquire it?
Oh, that whole thing. You have to ask the guildmaster about that. I don't really know, to be honest. I was just kind of shrugged it off, I suppose. Just as an ornament.
Ah, fair enough. I noticed that it seemed to depict an obscure god of joy. I have an interest in the god. You see, I'd like to ask him about it sometime when he's available.
Oh, sure thing. I'll mention it to him when I see him next. I'll probably get back to you tomorrow or the day after, depending on what he's really doing, I suppose.
Ah, thank you. It's just a quick query. Don't trouble yourself too much with it.
Okie dokie.
He just excuses himself and he just goes to rejoin the others.
Okie doke.
So, Symeon, this fellow that seems to be acting like you at the brothel seems interesting.
Yes, it is very strange. I know we have not known each other long, but I ask your help in this matter.
Of course. Anything.
Are you asking us both that, Symeon, or are you talking to Flint specifically?
Both.
Okay, in that case, Nargrax should say, yes, of course, Symeon, you've... I would say at this point that we've had our lives in our respective hands more than once, so yes, anything I can do to repay the favour.
I appreciate that. While this is going on, I've been quietly sharpening my weapons up.
Okie dokie.
I drunkenly prepared my spells last night.
Can I say that no? That's okay.
We know lay on hands somehow.
Hmm?
You now only know lay on hands somehow.
Okay. I have no idea what that does.
No, that's a healing spell. It's something you don't actually able to learn. Never mind. It was a joke.
At some point, I would say, because I didn't specifically mention it, Nargrax will excuse himself, go upstairs, and meditate for 10 minutes.
Okie doke.
Just to prepare his spells. Does anything odd happen in that time?
I asked Symeon, so what's with this group you were with before? If you don't mind.
Oh, not at all. I spent a few years as part of a mercenary company of soldiers. Have you heard of them? We were called the Hammerhands.
Not someone I've heard of.
Yes, they're not around anymore. I hope one day to bring them back. I'll show him the sigil. I have like a little badge, I guess. I don't know.
Badge could be
Tattoo?
I think it's marked as like a banner, but whatever, just a token of whatever.
Yeah, it's a token. It could be whatever you want it to be.
Tattooers make sense to me, but
I'll just pull out like a little piece. Yeah, piece of a banner and show it to him. They were like my family. I do not want to see their name sullied by this imposter.
family. I remember what that's like.
Oh, you have lost ones dear to you as well?
It's not something I'd rather talk about right now. It's still quite dramatic.
As you wish. As you wish.
If you ever need to discuss it, Flint, I'll be willing to listen.
Oh, well, when I'm ready.
Are you shouting this from upstairs? I thought you went away.
I said at some point I'll go away to meditate for 10
Okay.
minutes. I don't know if, I just kind of come back because Doom didn't say anything.
Okay.
Right, so what do you guys do with the day? I'm going to say it's lunchtime by now, given all the sparring has been done about 1 or 2 o'clock.
I want to head over to the bar and check out this imposter.
Okie dokie.
Nargrax will accompany Symeon because he's given his word they'll help.
Same. Same here. Yep.
You guys make your way over to the Ram's Horn.
Again?
She said it was at her bar, at her brothel.
That's her brothel. Fair enough.
Did we leave Finian behind, or did we?
You left him behind.
Oh.
I assume that he was with us, to be honest.
Yep, he said he was going to meditate for the day.
Fair enough.
Strange not having little Finian with us.
You guys enter this place that you've gotten to know decently well now. The barkeep greets you as you enter. Over in the corner over here, you see a group of 3 men surrounded by lots of other people who are aptly listening to them tell tales. As you enter, in particular, Symeon, you pick up. So, the old shit that led us. He raised his hand and he smacked it down on the orc. It cried out and flung him back. He was on his ass for 1 second, and then I dove in with my sword, and he was dead. In an instant, he was gone. With that, he drinks his ale, slams it down. Barkeep, another! Slay more orcs than I can count. And I'm goddamn thirsty.
I'm going to move out to the bar.
The barkeep looks at you. Good evening. Nice to see you all again.
You as
You
well, my
quite-
friend. The group over there in the corner. What do you know of them?
They've come in saying they're part of the Hammerhand. Well, they were part of it. They're the remnants of it. They've been traveling, trying to make some money, killing whatever they can come across. Similar sort of things from what they used to do, from what I can tell. That one in the red shirt in particular is very boastful. The one with the little sigil on his arm. Keeps waving around that flag of his. Well, are you familiar with them?
Do you not approve? Do you not
I-
approve the Hammerhands?
I approve them well enough. I'm just never really want to trust mercenary groups, to be frank. You never really know what their intentions are.
I'll just sort of show the banner a bit. You trust me, do you not?
He looks over to the group and then looks back at you. You're a member of them as well, then?
I was. I do not think they are.
Come
They were
again?
an honourable bunch. They seem like thieves, sullying the name.
You did me a solid recently. If it gets a bit rough, I don't mind. I was going to take the drinks over, make sure they paid up first, though, so bear with me for a second. With that, he's going to take 3 mugs of ale over. He's going to stay over with them talking for a second. He comes back with some coins in hand. They're all yours.
No. I cannot accept this.
Said what? This ain't for you. This is to pay for the drinks.
Oh, oh my. You just. It's a good one.
I meant they are all yours.
Yes.
He shakes and rolls his eyes.
I don't suppose I recognize any of the 3 by chance.
Roll perception. Waiting for it to bloop.
Bloop.
Oh, can't throw mine. 15.
You get a good look of each of their faces. None of them look familiar to you.
All right. Time to go. I'll wander over. I'll grab a mug of ale first.
Okay. So you go and join the crowd, listening to them?
Yeah.
All right, so once you join the crowd, he goes into a tale about how he managed to slay an ogre. He boasts about how his spear was what pierced its eye that allowed the rest of them to come up close and kill it. People cheer to his story, they laugh, they mock the ogre that fell to him. He drinks heartedly whilst he tells this.
Can we tell if this event actually happened or if he's just telling tales?
I'll say you guys have no idea.
Yeah, I suppose unless Symeon's actually told us these stories himself, we wouldn't know the difference.
I'm just listening. Such a fake. I didn't even use a spear until the company was gone.
One of the main one that's been talking picks up on what you said. What was that? You called us fakes? You must be joking, right? You're the only fake here. We're true adventurers. We're mercenaries. There's no better band known across the land than us. Who do you think you are, coming in here telling us fakes?
I'm just an adventurer like yourself, interested in the stories.
Well, feel free to pay up. He points to a little tray on the table which got some coins in it that people have been giving in. We need to keep ourselves fed.
Surely skills like you claim to have, you wouldn't need to sell stories.
Everyone's got to rest for a while. Can't be fighting every single day.
Then you are no true soldier. One must be prepared for battle at all hours.
Oh, we're plenty prepared. Doesn't mean we have to battle every day. Why, we campaigned against the orc horde that raged across the northern pass. Not 5 years ago. We barely made it out with our lives on that day. Do you have any idea how costly it is to get new men after a thing like that?
I mean, I have no idea, so I'll look at Symeon to see what his response is.
What is your name?
Symeon. What of
Symeon?
yours?
Do you have a last name?
Roebuck.
Well, how did you acquire that name?
I was the squire to the leader of the Hammerhands before he eventually fell.
I do a weird eyebrow raise thing like my interest has been.
He trained me himself personally. He treats me like a son. Who do you think you are asking me this?
I'm just a lowly adventurer, as I said. All good names have a story behind them.
I bet yours is a good story.
Me? Oh,
That your father raised pigs.
me? No. No, I come from nothing. I'm not a great man like yourself.
Exactly. And that, he taps the plate, is why you should help feed me, so I can keep with my great deeds. What say you? He looks around to the other people. Some of them cheer. Some of them just nod.
I could feed him a firebolt. Maybe that'd help.
Nargrax isn't actually saying anything throughout this
This was
exchange,
this.
but he is kind of glowering towards the people, kind of at Symeon's side at this point.
I just whisper that to Syemon so they can't hear. I could feed him a firebolt, Symeon.
No, not in here. These people believe he is me. Let us not give them what they want. I'll take out a silver. Keep up the stories, my man, and toss it.
It lands on the plate in the pile with the rest. And I'll say for the next hour, he goes on boasting about all kinds of tall tales. Some of them are based on events which you know and you're familiar with. But some of the information isn't quite right. It seems like it's second-hand storytelling of stories he's been told from other people. Some of them are just outright fabrications. But it goes on and on about how he slayed countless orcs, countless goblins, how he tamed a wild horse and named it Birthright, how he rode it into battle and lost it against the orc horde, how the leader of the Hammerhands bestowed leadership on him before he died.
Still in quite hushed tones around his table. Symeon,
I'm back at
much
the
of
bar.
his... Oh, well,
Just a table just away.
okay then, close to the bar. Symeon, how much of what he's saying is true?
He does seem to have a lot of knowledge he shouldn't have. I did not ride a horse into battle. I'm a foot soldier. I always have been. But I was never the leader of the Hammerhands. I grew in rank. I commanded my own men, but I was never the leader.
Seems you were quite well respected within the Hammerhands.
Well, as respected as any other man, we were brothers in arms, brothers and sisters in arms. No one stood above the rest except our leader. Well, in a manner of speaking, he was a dwarf.
I see the irony. It's okay, sounds very much like our guild. Our leader is a...
Yes,
What was he, a half?
yes. We are brothers in arms, are we not?
Indeed we are, Symeon.
As the days start to pass on, as the stories start to dry up and the coins start to coming slower, they start to pack up the things, scraping all the coins into a coin purse. One of the more quiet underlings puts it into a rucksack on his back. And then he stands up, putting his foot on his chair. Well, I'll bid you all adieu. It's been a good day. It's been a pleasure. But I've got places to be, people to see, and things to kill. So, until next time. And with that, he makes his way out the door.
I would like to follow.
How closely?
I'll give him a few dozen feet head start.
Okay.
Just to say, Nargrax will follow, but he'll trail a little bit behind Symeon because he's aware that with his armor, he's probably going to be a bit more conspicuous.
Okie dokie. And Flint?
Yeah, follow with Nargrax.
Okie dokie.
Quite personal for Symeon. I want to be there in case something happens, but I don't want to stop him doing what he feels needs to be done.
You guys make your way out of the inn, well, the brothel. You sadly make your way down one of the streets.